What is going on, guys? We have the car in the air and we are about to take on a project. Stainless steel braided brake lines. I was almost not going to do it this weekend because I was waiting on a couple of other items. I hate taking the wheels off the car, and I was delaying until I had some replacement parts, and I'll show you what they are. I didn't want to take the wheels on and off and then have to do it again. So we'll do it all in one shot. Parts came in today, thank goodness, and let's go. What the hell? I'll just show you right now. So here's the package. Here we go. So we got new spacers for the front. So these are true hub-centric spacers. They actually have the lip on here, and it goes from the 66.1 millimeter hub bore, and then it expands it to the 77.1 millimeter hub opening for these wheels. Now make sure you confirm what your wheel hub opening is. All of them are a little bit different. Like I said, these are, did I say 77.1? I think they're 73.1. Anyway, doesn't matter. Confirm with your own wheels. So what I was running before was these. These are 8 millimeter. These are 5 millimeter. I love the look of the 8. It really was flush here on the front fender. Really dug how it looked. Unfortunately, because the plan for this car is autocross, and I like running through the mountains, it puts a lot of strain on basically the entire hub assembly. So that includes the lugs. You want to make sure your wheels are secure onto your car, and with those 8 millimeter, those were seriously the thickest I would go. I was maybe getting 3 turns, and I think it was sufficient. Obviously I haven't had any problems. I've run in the mountains a couple of times, but after you take the wheels and tires off a couple of times, lug nuts tend to wear out. The threads start wearing out, and it was just time. It was just time to bring it back down. 5 millimeter will be plenty. It'll still allow for clearance for the brake caliper, but it'll still give me a decent flush look here. But at least I know the lug nuts will be, threaded on a little bit further, which will give me some peace of mind essentially as we're driving through the mountains. Speaking of lug nuts, packages still coming. Thank goodness. Lug nuts getting rusty and worn out. I've taken these wheels off too many times. Need something a little more durable, longer lasting, and fresh. Once you start taking lug nuts off a bunch, they have a tendency to get worn out. Threads start getting messed up. So want some new ones. No experience with the Gorilla Automotive products before in the past, but we can test them out. All right, so let's just get started. I'm probably not going to do a step-by-step how-to just because I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible, but I'll point out some major steps. First thing, you're going to want a 12 millimeter wrench, 10 millimeter. One of these guys is helpful, and one of these guys is helpful. First, 10 millimeter, loosen her up. I'll pop this clip out here, which the screwdriver will be helpful for. And then we take that guy out and remove the banjo bolt. Then we replace this soft line with the stainless line. It's pretty simple. I like to have something to catch the fluid also. You don't want brake fluid all over your garage floor. And of course, you need your replacement stainless brake lines. I think I got these from Concept Z Performance. There are a number of sources, but I like these because they still show the silver color of the stainless steel, but they are coated in sort of a kind of a rubber, flexible exterior shell, which helps prevent corrosion and getting brittle and all that kind of stuff. So simple. All right, we're going to take this, we're going to disconnect the soft line from the hard line here. It doesn't take much to break it loose. I just like to break it loose so you don't have to fight with it once you get these clips out. Oh, hard to do it one-handed. And you can pull this guy out easily, just like this. Just a little jiggle, pops out. All right, we got to switch it out. Essentially, put it back together in reverse order. We lost a little fluid, but that's no big deal. Be careful to not get it on painted surfaces because it is corrosive. But we are replacing the brake fluid, essentially just, going to flush it through the system until we have all of the new Motul 5.1 replaced. And this portion here, gosh, if it would focus, you want to make sure you replace both washers, and they each go on, one goes on each side here. So one against the bolt and another against the caliper itself. So you're sandwiching this guy here between the two washers. That's pretty much it. It's really simple. Just make sure it gets lined up properly on the back side, basically clamped into place so you get no movement. Everything is nice and firm. Tighten it down hand tight. It doesn't need to be crazy tight. And that's it. Front and back, same deal. Your brake fluid reservoir is here on the driver's side of the engine bay, and you just want to keep an eye on the level as you do this, because you obviously don't want to, run completely out. Just, I guess since we're going to be adding all of this in and pushing it through the system anyway, it won't really matter. But when you start bleeding the brakes, if you get this down to empty and you start pumping air bubbles into the brake lines, it just makes it more of a hassle getting everything all sorted out. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the level as we start to get further into this job. And once we get the brake lines taken care of, then we will bleed the system, pump all the new Motul stuff through it, and we should be good to go. Rears, just as easy as the fronts, but the new bolts, I should say, are 14 millimeter. So you'll need a 12 to get the factory bolts out, and then a 14 to put the new ones in. We're pretty clean in the rear. Okay. Good hammer. See, now we're getting toward the minimum line, so we'll dump a little bit in. We're all finished up, so it's time to bleed the brakes here. Here's the last front. A can of brake cleaner would be helpful. I thought I had some. I don't. Great. But we'll take care of that nonsense later on. But we're all secured. They look pretty sweet. Okay, pump it up again. Ready? Hold it all the way to the floor.
Yes.
Pump, pump, pump. Hold. Ready? All the way to the floor. Okay. Pump, pump, pump. Hold. All the way down fast. All right, whole system's bled. Stainless line's looking pretty sick. Obviously not really a visual modification, although it doesn't hurt. We pushed probably 2.5 bottles of the Motul DOT 5.1 brake fluid through it. I could have used like essentially what is a kind of a turkey baster to get all of the old brake fluid, or as much as I could, out of the brake fluid reservoir. But really just keeping it as simple as possible was kind of my goal. So it all worked out. Like I said, we got 2.5 bottles, almost 3 bottles pushed through. So it might be 80% brand new fluid running through the system. So for now, it's fine. Obviously, I wish we could have got it totally done, but time crunch, daughter helping, whatever. It'll be dramatically better than it was. And actually, the brake fluid in the car, in the reservoir, didn't actually look all that bad. Now, if it was like really black and dark and nasty looking, I would have siphoned it all out and pulled it all out of there and made sure we were pushing all fresh stuff. But like I said, it really wasn't all that bad. But if you have time and you really want to do this completely the right way, I would certainly do a true flush. So I want to show you quickly these the new lug nuts. So these are the old ones, and like I said, when you start taking your wheels off a bunch of times, no matter what your lug nuts are, they're going to start looking like this, rough. And then can you see the threads start getting mangled and galled up? And if you have wheel spacers that are a little too thick, a little too much, it's putting all that stress on these just few threads, because it's not able to screw on super far. So it was a combination of the two factors that made me make these changes. So I went from an 8mm spacer to 5, which will help get it further, get me a little more lug to screw onto. And then also new lug nuts to get rid of the nasty ones, because you just need to trade them out. So I looked at some aluminum ones, Volk Racing, Rays. There's a few different options. Pretty expensive, but nice, really nice lug nuts. Unfortunately, I just didn't want to go with aluminum because of the amount of times that I take these wheels and tires off. So I wanted something a little more durable, so we went with steel. And I read some good reviews on these Gorilla lug nuts. Like I said, I've never used them. They have the knurled extensions here, so good for twisting on with your fingers, making sure you get them seated nicely and started properly. Look like really nice quality. They are steel, so they're going to be durable. but we just gotta try to be careful so we don't nick them. We don't want them to rust, obviously. And they are open, which I wasn't sure about. But you know, we don't get any snow and we don't salt the roads here in South Carolina. But I would say if you're up north and you drive your car all year round, I wouldn't go with open-ended lug nuts. But I think we'll be fine here in South Carolina. But these are pretty nice. I think they'll work good. Gorilla lug nuts actually don't look too bad. I thought they'd stick out really far. You know, I'm still not a huge fan of them sticking out so far like this, but they don't look all too bad. And even with the 5mm spacer compared to the 8, still pretty damn flush. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. Gotta go test it out, make sure this thing actually stops now. I'll obviously do a review on these stainless steel braided brake lines too coming up. A lot of good videos coming up despite this virus going around. So stick around, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate the continued support. We'll see you in the next one.